Wow, the last time Palantir stock was trading above $28.50 a share was 6 months ago. That was in March, all right? And there is a reason why personally I think if you're really interested into getting into this company, investing your money into this company, now is really the time because it seems like the trend is about to take off. So I'm going to take you through some of the insights, some of the news around the company and why I believe it's just an uptrend coming from this point moving forward. So looking at the chart, first of all, as you can see today, the stock gained almost 6%, ranging between $27.02 and $28.79 a share. And if you look at where Palantir was in the last days, so this week, the last month, and the last 6 months, you can really say, especially this last month, that we are coming from the 24, where at a point, this really touched below 19, the 18s, when the whole tech sector was just crushed because of the 10-year ticking up, inflation fears was at the top, and people really moved the money out of tech stocks. But what changed the curve so far? Well, earnings. The last time Palantir released the earnings, they really showed and proved to the market that they had the ability to actually crush the expectation when it comes to mostly moving out of the public sector and getting some momentum, getting more traction, getting more customer base, increasing revenues, not only from the public space, but also from the commercial space where investors thought there were most money to be made, even though that's not totally true. Well, and that's what Palantir showed in the last earnings. And I believe, since then, this is one of the main reasons why since earnings, you can see, since earnings, that was in July, the stock kept continuously and slowly and gradually going up. So we are up almost almost 33% so far since earnings. But interestingly enough, when you get into Yahoo Finance, they would tell you, well, Palantir shares trading higher today because the volume increased just because it's a meme stocks. Well, they say it's not a meme stocks in a different article, but in this one, they kind of make a similarity with Palantir being a meme stock because it was one of the most trending stock on Stock Tweets, which is a social platform, and also on Reddit. Which, it don't really sit well with me that they're kind of, associating Palantir with the meme thing. I mean, even AMC and GameStop are not memes companies because people who are working, these are real companies. So just to close that loop, I think people just love this stock because it's a high growth company. The future is about data, and Palantir is definitely specialized and expert in data. And that's why people just love the stock. It doesn't matter whether you want to see it that way or no. This is just the reality of things. Now, which is the exact reason, this is the exact reason I believe today was one of the reasons behind this 5% jump. Wejo and Palantir make headway in revolutionizing mobility through data. So this is a confirmation on a partnership between a company named Wejo, which is specialized into connecting vehicle data, and Palantir. So Palantir invested into Wejo, and Wejo is also partnering with companies like Microsoft when it comes to getting and collecting as much data as possible into revolutionizing the whole mobility. And this is something big within the automotive industry. Well, these guys are really been working so far in silence because before now, I really didn't know anything about Wejo. But it seems like connected vehicle data is vastly underutilized across the automotive industry. Well, no kidding. And needs to be turned into actionable intelligence in order to address the most pressing mobility problems of the day. Not only we're talking about chip shortage, we're also talking about how to solve population growing up, the growth into, demographics in biggest countries, Western countries, but also how to really make sure you're gonna, solve the whole traffic thing if less and less roads are being built. In some countries, not all of them, but in some countries. Just to give you a visual. Well, Wejo collects and analyzes more than 16 billion data points per day in near real time across a network of 11 million live vehicles. That is incredible. To date, Wejo has ingested more than 10 trillion data points. and 48 billion journeys from connected vehicles. The partnership aims to combine Witcher's robust data asset with the power of Palantir's Foundry platform to unlock a diverse set of use cases that will benefit society on a global scale. The use cases range from working with part suppliers on component quality to working with regulators in defining the future of autonomous driving to helping city planners make data-driven investments in smart city infrastructure. So it's really a forward-thinking kind of data company, and they are specializing into this specific niche, which make total sense for them to partner with Palantir. And that's why I think this is definitely bullish, not only for Palantir, but also for this company moving forward. Because if you are thinking about, these issues, these problems, they're affecting pretty much all the globe in general, all the globe as a whole. All right. So this is a huge market potentially for Palantir, because not only it affects, cars, and by cars, I mean mainly EVs, but also new cars that are, wanting to have that kind of high tech options to offer to customers. And then you also have flying taxis, which I've been hearing since the beginning of this year, planes, so industry, materials, building, etc., etc. So this is the vast array of sectors and markets and industries that is opening in front of Palantir just because of this partnership. So when you look at where the forecast is standing for Palantir right now, this is tip ranks. You have a high price target of 31, an average of 24, and a low price target of 17. Well, I believe we may be seeing 31 even sooner than people are expecting it, just because, first of all, Palantir is kind of a volatile stock, because in a day you can have 25% gain, and in a day you can also lose a lot. But what is even more interesting is this article from FX Street talking about the technical side of things, where they're saying we're sticking to our stand. This article was written, I think, yesterday. You can see September 16. So based on the closing price as of yesterday, they were saying we're sticking to our stand. Palantir does not return to a bullish mood until 27.24 is broken. Well, it's been broken today. Yesterday's move was impressive, but it has not taken Palantir out of the consolidation zone above the flag pattern. Breaking that 27.49 will get this job done, and adding then the bonus of light volume making gains easier. So definitely they see 31.34 to be the gap to fill from last February, and 25 is a strong volume area. So buying dips around there, definitely some people take advantage of those, will be tested as a high volume, should at mean least that the stock will be stable at around those levels. So they're definitely bullish based on where the stock price closed today. And that's why when you combine the fundamental aspects of what I just shared with you and the technical aspects and what we've been seeing so far on Palantir since the last 4 weeks, definitely everything is in the favor of a huge tailwind for this stock. So maybe we see the 40s, but depending on, the next quarter, because I think the next quarter, the next earnings is definitely going to be another big catalyst, especially if these guys can show that they are, still going after these customers in the commercial space. And with such partnerships, I'm definitely confident that we're going to have some great news coming from this company. And that's why I believe now is really the time, if you want to get in, to actually move ahead, especially given the risk that the market is facing right now in terms of the pullback from the tech sector.